Do you have any empowering project to these people who engage themselves in the illicit trade?
Well, you see, for the purposes of police actually try to lukua masaliwa na idea ya kusaidia community.
Okay. Still you are in the service?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, opportunity to do that wasn't there because of ya kazi. Ukiwa rangi za zile chini kidogo, kazi ni mob. Pili, initially wakati niko home, nilikuwa naona watu wengi mama yangu alikuwa na watoto ambao si wake. So she used to help them. Siku moja nikauliza mama, hii watoto yote si wako, mbona unashughulika na hii biashara sana? Ananiambia, okay. Nikamwambia mama, hata wasichana wanakuja hapa, tutaoa kweli. Sasa wewe unasema huyu tunajuana.
Kila mtu ni relative.
Tutaoa lini?
Hadi ule unaona ni mzuri
Unaona ni mzuri.
We understand you have so many titles,
yes,
as we mentioned earlier. So how do you get to balance all these titles?
Well,
here most people believe like governmental offices are so much corrupt. Do you think Kisii County is corrupt?
Even a kid now knows Francis Kooli. Today you get your transfer. Which will be your happiest legacy that you know that this one I've left behind?
The answer is
so tunakuombea mema.
Maybe something I want to be clear why I came for these interviews. Yeah. Something you didn't know. And it's funny, and maybe to me it's a serious thing.
Guys, this is Mary Esther here, and today I'm joined by my fellow content creators, and we also have a guest. So let me introduce the content creators, and then we'll introduce our guest. May God bless you.
Hello guys, this is Cyprine Oenga, and today guys we are humbled to have a very special guest. Sitaki niwaambie lakini just sit back, enjoy, ngoje.
Hello guys, this is Ong'uti, the #1 home of inspirations. Na leo will be much inspired by one and the only one. Sitaki nimtaje, tutaachia hapo. Hapa nje amekuwa talk of the town and is the talk of the town for the positivity. So tutakuwa tunapata naye, sit back, mtapata mengi sana kutoka kwake.
So for today, as you can see here with us, we joined by the Kisii County Commander. You know, most of the people out here have been asking, who is this county commander who has polished Kisii town, because Kisii County, because, you know, we've had cases like there are cases out here, but, you know, they are not taken into consideration. But this time round, everything is taken into considerations, and every case is handled nicely. So let me introduce our guest here and at least get to know who he is, where he comes from, and we get to continue. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. First of all, may I say thank you so much for creating time for this content. And it's one way of amplifying what we do in the society and highlighting on the issues that need attention from us, and something I appreciate. My name is Francis Kooli. I'm the county police commander for this beautiful county. And I was born in Turkana many years back, before you were born, you guys. And
How did you know?
I know. You can just see from the physical appearance. These are young Kenyans. I was born in Turkana and got employed to join the National Police Service. And yes, I am a humanitarian, philanthropist. The other thing, I am a founder of a youth organization called Peace Ambassadors Integration Organization, and also WOSPO, Union of Kenya, Goodwill Ambassador on mentorship and volunteerism. And nisimamia hapa manine. I am a girl child advocate.
Wow.
Yes. Wacha nisimamie hapo kwanza.
Hiyo ungeacha angekuwa
Okay.
shida sana, lakini asante kwa kuilisha.
Asante kwa
I also
kutaja.
was waiting for it.
Yeah, okay. So I give the mic to my friend here, so at least to address one or two. Cyprine, ni time yako.
So guys, nimefikiwa. Unajua mi kitambo nilikuwa naogopa askari kuona uniform. So nimeona uniform next to me, I'm a little bit scared, but sinamjua, lakini wengi wetu wanamjua Francis Kooli. Wamekuwa wakijiuliza ni nani huyu. Unajua yani ni kiongozi, wote mimi nimuite kibinafsi ni kiongozi ambaye tangu akuje Kisii ameisharpen. Inaitwa kusharpen ama kushape? Yeah, ni sharpen ama shape. Yote can do. Yeah. At the same time ameishape na akaisharpen. Because tukiangalia kutoka nyuma, even me the time nilikuwa shule, we used to go somewhere and drink. Unajua nikisema drink, unajua sitaki kusema nishikwe, so lazima nikuwe very careful. So no wonder nilikuwa na waopa, and it's true. And it happened, my grandmother, sister ya shosho yangu pia alikuwa anatengeneza hizo kinywaji. Nilikuwa naona venye walikuwa wanawapeleka mbio. But now here we have a kiongozi ambaye ameshape Kisii. Tunataka tujue alitumia mbinu gani kumaliza illicit brew in Kisii. Although kuna wale wanajificha, but bado anawafikia. Tungependa tueleze ni siri gani ametumia kushape Kisii, na anaona the future of Kisii kwa wapi, na vijana wenye ameshape niko sure kuna vijana wamemreach out wakamwambia what you did ilikuwa sawa with us.
Well. I'll be brief about the illicit brew and even the illicit brew operations in the county. You know, it is not the work of the police. It is the community policing its own environment. The police only act to be compatible with how the community wants its operation to be conducted. This is done through the legislations that are there. That isn't enough. You again look at, is there goodwill from the community? How the police win the trust is something that you need to be careful. So when I came to Kisii County, the first thing was to win the community's trust and legitimacy. If you don't have trust, then you lose it. They will just sit there and watch you. And once you win the community's trust, then you will move a step further in terms of making the community to own the policing. When the community owns the policing, so the community will know that the police are operating there, they are there, they do the right thing. Then like the vehicle is just running here and there, and the community don't understand, kwani gari na waste mafuta hapa. But actually when they see a car doing something that it is them who say toa hiyo pombe hapo, they know their police are working. You get? Lakini sasa unapata police wanakuja, they raid, they leave with nothing. So they lose trust. Amekupatia information, unapombe pale. You raid, unakata. Kwa mfano, you take a bribe, unawacha pombe. Then next time they won't give you information.
Very true.
So for me, what I did was actually initiating accountability process. Like when you give me information, I will inbox you the results and even go public and post there. There are those ones that our colleagues do, my police colleagues, but there are those ones that if you give me, I have to post there. Many of the things that I post on my wall are feedback. You get feedback that a Kenyan gave me information, so I act. Even that one for the 2 thugs, they are supposed to be 4. So I was given information by the community that kuna watu hapo wanasumbua usiku hatulali. So they gave names. So I kept on engaging. They went and to the community policing and they were identified, and finally they were cornered, 2 of them. So 2 others escaped. So I gave feedback that day, but protecting my informer. So and that's how. So I give ownership to the community owns after you winning what their trust. That's very important in policing. So in any place where you see crime is high, the community doesn't own the trust. You've not won the trust of the community.
All you won, and then as time went by, they lost your trust.
Yeah, completely. And when you lose their trust, there's disconnection. And when there's disconnection, crime mikora inachukua advantage inaenda juu. Yes.
Thank you. Maybe, sir, before I come in with the next question.
Yes.
My question was, how do you maintain this trust? And I think that we have mentioned it. Yeah. Secondly, how, after you have done this, the illicit troop, do you have any empowering project to these people who engage themselves in the illicit troop?
You see, for the purposes of police, actually try to indicate to the leadership something that is possible as an alternative to livelihood. It is a way of changing the way we do things. For example, you don't only focus on arresting, but again, at times police become educationists, where they educate people. But again, the law doesn't give you that. The law tells you to arrest the offender. But again, as a human being, you need to have that human heart. Most of the things I do here, like illicit brews, at times we don't arrest. We just pour those things imwagwe, alafu, at least we know amegaramika tayari. So you don't sometimes punish Kenyans twice. So unless sasa ule amekuwa mtukutu anapele. But again, I encourage them sometimes wamwage, because tayari kangare kiwekwa sukari nini, tuna time wakati imeiva sukari, imeiva is when tunagonga na ukimwaga ukiweka chumvi, hii hasara inatosha. So you don't have to punish this Kenyan, umpeleke tena wapi, alibishwa 30,000 50,000, you get. So with that, you say, hii ni goal. Hii ni goal. Sababu sasa sema enyewe lao wako na merry go round. Immediately you pour that, anachangiwa pesa. So ni game ya leo nimenoa sikupata kitu, fine. But kesho nitakupata. So ni mshike haitakuwa saa zingine, but we do in good faith. At least to encourage people to look for other alternatives. Okay. I had a pilot program those sides of Jenge huko.
Yeah. No, that is what I wanted to
Yes, I had a pilot program where I tested and leased land, leased some acres for widows there, which actually the result was good. I was encouraged. But you know, that's the capital. I started with them. It's a business to continue. But the sustainability part or bring other groups is leadership, the county and other leaders to come in and support others. You know, the police don't have the resources for such. It is this. You can approach the government, county government, actually to pass laws for grants. So that they be given grants, wakombe mashamba huko, and then they are monitored. Sio kwamba unapatia grants, you have an officer tasked to monitor those projects, and then they are given grants, wanakombolewa shamba, and then they are monitored from the county, and they open their accounts, societies, whatever they have their society where the money go. Wanavuna wanaleta pesa, you get, and they can now take the county government will give them now. Once they get money that can actually give them tenders, then they transit wanapatiwa matenda. So it's just matter of legislations, pass legislations, give them grants, then lease for them land, attach the officer to that project to monitor for them. Then the money that they receive there, then it goes to their society account, and then from there they can be given loans by the government. So they do loans business with the government. Then they are given tenders. Like kama saizi ya kufagia hii barabara, kwani inahitaji nini? So you give them that, and then money goes to the account, and then the government takes its money. Serikali inachukua pesa yake alafu anajisustain. You know, that's how you can empower these great women of this country, and even those groups, men there. I tested that, and it works.
It worked out.
Yes, it is just, and the other thing is, how do we support the illicit brewers? And the other thing is, the county government, for example, can follow those protocols. Wanunue, waenda na ile coolant, wasunguke naye, iwe ni cash crop yao, inunue hiyo pombe, wapatiwe license huko, na wasaidiwe kwamba they meet the requirements of KEBS huko, and then we collect hizo vitu, wawe na plants where they process that thing, ifuate utaratibu ile imewekwa na sheria ya KEBS, and then they package, watu wanunue.
I guess, okay, so maybe for the addicted ones, they can follow that.
Yes.
But kabla itoke pale jikoni, you know, it's people who would be making it, alafu sasa inapakejiwa inapelekwa. Don't you think wataikunywa hapa ile?
No, ile unajua ni there is a plant here, is hiyo huko. So if you get somebody selling from there, disqualify. Unanyang'anya license.
Okay.
No, it's just mambo legislations here. You are disqualified. Because unajua kwamba hii ndio utaratibu, na hii mtu atakuwa anaenda, kuna officer
anazunguka
ya liquor licensing, atakuwa na monitor hizo standards za KEBS. Sasa atakuwa anaenda kuona standards ya leo ya environment na nini, na wachukue samples kama vile zinachukuanga za ile za petrol stations. There are officers there who sample there, wakimbishe huko, wakipatikana kwamba iko unafungiwa biashara. Sasa unastakiwa kisheria. So you will minimize these issues of na wale wako addicted, they can be taken to rehab. Kuna moja hapa tutafungua hivi karibuni, waende rehab, waanze kunywa.
Kuna ile ya Gisonso. By the way, is it effective?
Recently we went to Mombasa to benchmark. It will be operationalized.
The one for last week.
Yes.
I saw you in Mombasa, and still you were saying Rachonyo. Was it Rachonyo?
Yes.
That
Yes.
Rachonyo, everything is
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was given information then as my regional commander actually. That's why we coordinate. Tulitoa watu hapa askari 100 kusupport huko wa raid, because the area was big and vast. You know? So what I'm saying is, it is actually stakeholders coming in to support the community. That goodwill is what they need, because they are making a lot of money. But actually, how do we address it so that we don't kuumiza hawa kiuchumi? Like, so that we balance. Lakini sasa nani atakuja? The same people who have these legislations. Mimi my hands are tied. Mimi ni kushika tu. Kushika tu na wewe kutana na sheria mbele.
Maybe sir, in Kisii, do you expect any ya KEBS labda ikuje soon, ama have you made some steps uone kuwa kuna plant moja Kisii?
Mimi ile kitu iko, wale jamaa wale wako na pesa. Wale wako na pesa. Wale watu wako na pesa hapa. The investors should come, wawe ajenge plant. Alafu identify wale watu wa kumsupply, and asaidia hawa to meet those requirements. Unaona? I have money, I go there, identify wale watu wa kutengeneza pombe. As a pilot, for example, kama Ponchari, I have identified people, nasema natengenezea hawa, tengeneza hivi, fuata utaratibu hivi, fuata hii yako, this is the modern style of doing that. Alafu ifuate utaratibu, ndio ikipelekwa huko itestiwe huko KEBS, inapita.
Sasa asante sana. Unajua siku zote nikikuona hata ukiandika message pale Facebook inakuanga refu. Najua maneno itaisha, lakini acha tukate hivi juu kuna mali chano nakimbia. Sisters wangu naona wakisema kuna kitu walisahau. Concerning the illicit blue. Ndio tuende next question, maybe we end up there.
You have another question about illicit blue?
No, I don't have. I have
the
next one. Yeah,
okay. Now, another question, labda ningekuuliza, Mr. Kooli, we understand you are a husband, you are a dad, you are a philanthropist, you are a charity ambassador, and all this. How do you get to balance all the titles? Because we know every title comes with a lot of responsibility. How do you get to
before
balance?
we come there, please allow me ask you this. The empowerment. I thought maybe they were to come from the empowerment before we go on how you balance all this. I guess you have a family or families. Those a family. So, sir, recently we also up as the Mwamugusi community. The other day you went at, I guess it was Machoge, where you built a house kwa wale watu wenye walikuwa wanaishi kwa meza. Siku ingine, let me bring the recent one, the Nyamira one, the Bonyunyu case of our grandmother. There is our brother who you work so close,
Sami Wandimu.
Sam Ngari. Ile slogan yake inakuanga askari ni binadamu. Nyinyi sasa mumetokea aje, mmekuwa na hii roho ya hutu hadi imefikia kuwa mtakuwa mnafanyia watu hizi vitu. Hii nyinyi ni roho gani mlipewa? Si ile ya ule mwenye alikuwa anasema akiwa mdogo alikuwa naona nyinyi anatoroka. How have you come up na hizi kuwa when the case arises, bara ya kwenda muathirumu nyinyi ndio mnawasaidia?
Well, wajua utaratibu wa maisha, mtu alisaliwa na software zake. Softwares yangu ni tofauti. It is like a talent. Kitu ambayo huwezi ficha. If you are passionate about something, there's something you can't hide. Hata ufiche wapi, itajitokelezea tu. And you feel like kuna kitu sijafanya. You get? I remember 1998. Ulikuwa umezaliwa?
Uzuri ulikuwa umesema kwa hiyo time ukianza kazi. Sitaki kusema kitu lakini sikuwa nimekuja.
98. I thought of an idea.
98
nilikuwa umezaliwa. Na idea ya kusaidia community.
Okay. Still you are in the service?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, opportunity to do that wasn't there because of ya kazi. Ukiwa rangi za zile chini kidogo, kazi ni mob. Pili, initially wakati niko home, nilikuwa naona watu wengi mama yangu alikuwa na watoto ambao si wake. So she used to help them. Siku moja nikauliza mama, hii watoto yote si wako, mbona unashughulika na hii biashara sana? Akaniambia, okay. Nikamwambia mama, hata wasichana wanakuja hapa, tutaoa kweli? Sasa wewe unasema huyu tunajuana.
Kila mtu ni relative.
Tutaoa lini?
Hadi ule unaona ni mzuri
anakuambia sasa ni dada yako. Sasa mimi nashindwa nitaoa lini? Juu hii watu yote mama anasema nini? Tunajuana. Huyu sasa ni dada yako. Kila yule anakaa na anasema dada yako. So what I did was nikamwambia na mama aje sasa. Ananiambia if you go back to my story, yeye alizaliwa kwao.
Okay.
Na alipozaliwa kwao kuna dada ya mama yake aliolewa anti yake. Na alipofika huko hakuweza kubarikiwa na watoto. So huyu mama yangu akapeano. Akawa ni mtoto wake sasa.
Okay.
Sasa akawa anasema the person who brought me was somebody ambaye si kwa mama yangu. So akanileta na watoto wengine huko ambao tulikuwa tunajuana. So yeye akakuja na hiyo kwamba I need to extend the same because somebody who took care of me was somebody who wasn't my biological mom.
Yeah.
So akaniambia that is what I'm adding over to you.
Okay.
So understand that and endelea kuwa na hiyo maisha ya kuishi hivyo.
So you are taught Proverbs 22:6 says train up a child. Na uko hapo. I've learned something.
Ile what you saw. It is not what you're being told and you didn't see. Something that you saw being done and you are recording each day. You see, if you are recording each day, actually it is internalized.
Okay.
And then it's only time will come that when you ask a question, you that person will strike and tell you why. If you ask, you will learn more. So at this time, like, this was overwhelming to me, and that's when I went further asking that question, like, mom, sasa nitaoa lini? Na hii tunajuana. No, like, she was protecting those kids. Like, no, don't cross the boundaries. She used to have, we used to have a meeting and tell us, you know, huyu dada yako mchunge, isifanye nini, you know, you get that. So they're telling you, in other words, usijaribu kustay huko.
True. Sir, maybe because you are rushing somewhere, my sister brought up a question. Now we want to know how you do all those.
How I balance.
Yes.
Maybe bring it.
We understand you have so many titles,
Yes.
as we mentioned earlier. So how do you get to balance all these titles?
Well, you know, yes, a father, yes, and my last born is 25 years old.
Wow.
So I have no business with, you know, struggling with that. It's just like a phone call. Hey, Dad, what do you say? And then we tackle issues there, you know.
Over the phone.
Over the phone, you know. If there's a meeting, we go Zoom. We go WhatsApp, and then we call ourselves. We have a conference. We talk.
At 8 p.m.
Yes, we can call. We can arrange. We just go there and arrange for conference. And, the same thing we've been doing at home, we now transfer to this technology. Actually, how to embrace now technology, where you have these conferences and talk. What do you have? I chair the meeting, and it might be maybe in my absence, my wife chairs the meeting. So, but I normally I'm normally present. I'm always present when they alert me. So, I create time for my family using technology, especially when I have busy schedule at work. So I adopt the technology, at least to be there, asking questions there, and then for them to see me physically through. And that is one about my family. The use of calls, you need again the frequency of calling your family need to be standardized. Yeah, if you are not going to call them, do a text. You know that I'll be busy for this, but once I'm done, I'll call you guys. That you need to make that commitment, a serious one. So they want to see how you're faring on. So that's one about the family and adopting this technology to be closer to your family. And also maybe at times you get off, you rush. At least see them at least once or twice a month. And depending on your schedule of work, at times you just go once, like this political wave. Sometimes we tire some, then you just once you rush and come back. That's one. Number two, I have these activities. You know, if you structure these activities, when do you go for those activities? Actually, is it part of? I can do those things when I'm at work because it's part of community policing. That is actually is our mandate, where you through prevention. There's an item in our mandate called prevention. Crime prevention is one way, so you need to be proactive. And proactiveness is about doing what I do right now, is engaging the community engagement, So for me, when I'm at work, I create time to engage with the community. And that's what I use, part of what, like, I bring it in a way that, yes, I'm done with the office work. There's minimal work that doesn't need my attention, then I have to go to the field. In the police, you don't have only to sit in that office. You have also field work. So in the field work, I take advantage of that. Go these other things of police, like CSR, and also community policy in terms of engaging the community stakeholders there. So, and other as a founder of an organization, that organization has structures of leadership. So I'm not, we only go there for meetings that we need my attention. But these are the ones that the programs that are there. They're being run by coordinators and the structures that are there. Yes.
My last question, maybe before I hand over the mic to my sister here. Out here, most people believe like governmental offices are so much corrupt. Do you think Kisii County is corrupt?
It is something that is an individual thing. If you want to be corrupt, then the corruption will be your name. It's good in Kisii.
It is inborn.
In Kisii, if you want to be corrupt, our Ong'uti people are very good at giving you money. So they have no problem. They will give you money. And actually they will tell everybody that, you know, they will tell everybody, I gave commander today, you know, in good faith. In good faith. They will tell, hey, nilikuwa na commander hata nikamnunulia kachai. You know, they won't hide. So ukikula pesa Bukisi, wewe ujue utatangazwa. But unajua ulikula kwa nini? Kama mimi sasa, no, unanipatia pesa kwa nini? Nifanyie nini? Yani because kama uchangie mradi, changia mradi, and I want hiyo mradi kuja napeana. Na ninaitana, nasema kuja shika hii pesa. And I make sure I account for the money. Ya pesa yako nilipeleka wapi? Huko. Don't eat money. You know, they are very good at, especially kama siku za recruitment. I didn't. You know, I was in the office. I was just like, mimi siko kwa recruitment. Mwende kwa uwanja. Siuziki. Manake kula uone. Upumziki hata kwa simu.
Ulifanya aje?
Ile mpango namna gani? Sasa wewe
nimeiona kila time hiyo time ya recruitment. Watu wengi mtu anaenda field alafu anarudi anasema nilifika pale ni kama watu walikuwa wamechaguliwa already. Ni kama watu walikuwa wamechaguliwa already. So tukakaushwa tu, of which somebody goes there prepared like hata nikienda sina pesa ama sikupatiana pesa mahali sipiti. So he has already clarified like watu wanakula pesa. Yes, maybe your question.
Anyway guys, unajua siku zote wanasema watu wengi pale nje wanafikiria ni kama county commander hawezi pitia challenges. Katika hii kazi yako hii ya county commander, kuna hii umesema humanitarian, kuna ingine ya advocate, girl child, zile challenges zenye unapitia mpaka wewe yenyewe unaangalia unasema hizi bana ni moto. Hebu tuambie, you share with people wajue pia wewe unapitianga challenges.
You know, the challenge is when especially there is a distress call and you are helpless. Like there are long processes in terms of defilement cases. An infant or a girl is defiled, and actually the tedious process, you know, it takes long for people. They go for the examination, age assessment, you know, things. If we had a pool of those things at one stop, you know, at one point, those things actually will help. You see, you take somebody, they're like, age assessment you will take far away from here, and we want a place where, you know, there are those facilities within where those processes are taken. You know, it has gone a notch higher that they need to go beyond, you know, assessment of those kids in terms of even diseases, you know. So what we want is you are like, mtu atapata justice ngapi. It hurts you when you're in a position actually. You have the worst thing is negotiations. You feel for the child. Negotiations that are being done by parents. And you know, in courts, ukienda pale, unapata unasukuma hii watu, somebody is behind there, alafu complainant, ayuko amepotea, na hata amepotea na mtoto. You know, you remain like, case imeisha. You are helpless. And that's the worst thing in police, that wananchi wengine wanasema, hawakushika mtu, they keep on blaming you. For nothing, but actually huko wameiba mtoto na hata negotiate the offender negotiate na watu, wamesamehewa, wamelipa kitu so hiyo victim anabaki tuna shida zake. The other thing, even in some areas where I worked, they even target the victim. They kill.
So
so here the challenge we have, we don't have rescue centers. If we had a rescue center, the official rescue center, for example, for the community here, the government here for Kisii County has a rescue center where our children victims of rape, defilement are taken, where there is feeding, proper masomo endelee kama kawaida. Then that will be for us something good. So that's the worst thing that police go through. They become helpless. The other challenge I have is, you know, when community in some areas fail to give police information. That's the worst thing, and people keep on, you know, committing crime. Unajua mtu tu ni mkora. You know, they fail to report. So mnapoteza tu resources mkisunguka, mkitafuta, and they know the criminal is just within. So that's the worst thing that we really feel like we need to change the narrative, how we do things, and maybe think of how we can work together. Like in Kisii, ukisikia mwizi, na wewe ni mwizi unatafutwa, my friend, nunua ndege.
Utoroke.
Nunua ndege saa hiyo. Yani you fly uende, because ukipatikana si jana umeua mtu. Jana umeua mtu. Umeua mtu jana akiwa.
Inakuanga especially mwizi na mchawi.
Mwizi jana, kama jana alipatikana ng'ombe.
Mwizi unajua yeye anapatikana.
Mchawi tunaweza kufikiria. Lakini hiyo inazingiziwa, lakini hii ya wizi kama ya ng'ombe jana aliwawa jana. Yani kabla hatujaingia. Hiyo ndio the worst thing kama polisi. Unajua sisi hataka tuue. Tunataka tupatie information kuhusu wezi wengine. Lakini mnaua hii mtu mpaka anakufa na information. Sasa ameenda na hiyo kesi imela. Sasa hapa ndio they won't dare because of the consequences. So but utaratibu ambao tunataka kuweka kwamba tunapitia changamoto, na ile changamoto tunapitia ni hiyo tunasema ya kutokuwa na familia karibu. Ndio unaona maofisa wetu wengi saa zingine hawajui kupendwa ni nini. Sasa tunashinda hii kupendwa ni kitu gani, kwa sababu mtu hayuko karibu, anako huko. Yaani mkienda huko mnakutana, haya huyu ni bibi yangu.
Ukisema hivyo, there is a certain time ambapo tulisikia visa zilikuwa mingi sana za polisi kujiua, ama anaua bibi yake, anajiua na yeye. Ni kusema ya kwamba yani pale nje watu walikuwa wanasema ni kama hao watu ni stress ya job. Sasa cases najua kama wewe umezipata ama from the previous job ulikuwa, mostly inakuanga ni maybe ni kitu gani nachangia unafikiria?
Unajua we belong to the same community. Hii kama sasa Kisii hapa, we belong, whatever is happening in the community, it happens in police. Police has become a community of its own. Unaona? Lakini watu, because we are in uniform, ni kama sisi ni superhuman beings. Yani this,
kuna ile treatment,
yani mnaona tu huyu ni superhuman being. No, yani sisi ni ile tu community ile. Because in Kisii last year I lost 93 cases here, civilians. They died of suicide. 81 men and 12 women. And you know yenyu nasema yenyu na iko tu hapo, lakini ukisikia polisi amejiua huko, yenyu itatangazwa another one. Oh, you see that? The same thing we go through is the same thing our brothers and sisters go through in terms of, you know, work related stress, in terms of kama operation huko kinaumana huko unakuja huko siku chache unaenda kidogo, bibi naye anakuambia mimi nitaenda, kwani job na mimi nini ya maana hii job, sasa mimi nitakuwa nini? Akisikia alafu mwingine anakuta anapata bibi amewekwa mimba. Wewe kuliko kusema ushukuru Mungu,
unaamua
unaona hii kitu naye haikuvumilia, so wacha naye hata imepata mimba, wacha iende. Unaona sasa, unaona unisabu, unachukua unasema kwa hasira, mtu gani hii ni madharau? Si madharau, hawezi vumilia na hawezi kuongoja. Sasa wewe elewa tu hiyo mtu na uombe Mungu acha Sasa dume anasema afadhali hii ni madharau, sitaki kuvumilia atibu bibi yangu aliweko mimi nilishindwa na kazi. Unaona? Au kushindwa na kazi. Ulikuwa mbali. Na bibi yako huwezi kuja mahali operation iko Al-Shabaab. So pia tunapitia changamoto. Wake zetu watuelewe kwamba familia tu nitakuja.
Kuna yenye nimengoja, sijui kama utaisema. Walikuwa wanasema kuwa maybe malipo.
Wacha na malipo. You know, hiyo mimi huwa si kitu na buy. Juu hata upatiwe pesa ngapi, if you don't manage your finances, actually hakuna kitu niambia. If you are used to spending 10,000 ama 5,000 kwa pombe, kwa mabaa, na hata kama unalipo pesa mob, kwani pesa ni ya kuchezea? You know, it's about lifestyle. Watu wamejiwekea lifestyle ingine isi yao. Hebu niulize, kuna mwananchi pale anapata pesa kwa biashara kila siku faida ya shilingi 200. na anahakikisha hiyo 200 imesaa ingine 200 na atumii vibaya. Na huyu ambaye anapata he is assured of a salary each month. Na hiyo pesa wamugizie hapa hiyo for mfano 25,000 akinunua avocado pale ya gunia moja 3,000 wataungana hapo iende ifanye iuzwe Nairobi. You get? Sasa mtu kama yeye afungui macho to look for another alternative, a support naye nini, another source of money apate, lakini anataka tu kila siku mshahara. You know, alafu unaenda kwa warembo ambao ni expensive squeeze, you know, alafu hawa expensive unataka kuwapeleka Camel Park, unataka kuwapeleka wapi? Mahali
Wapeleke kwa kibandaski hapa,
kibandaski afadhali kuja mahali kiwango yako inafikia. Sasa wewe unaenda huko mahali wewe mshahara yako inaisha siku, yani in a day. It is about you adjusting yourself to the level you are. Kasa kwanza bana patient na mimi na source of finance yako ni kidogo. Kwa mfano we have constables who have made strides, actually successes, reported successes, na wanashinda hata wakubwa because alijipanga. He got into a good group of people with great ideas and minds, you know, they now akamfundisha namna ya kumanova hivi akafau. Sasa mbona usiingie kwa hiyo group, lakini unaingia kwa ile group ambaye lifestyle yao nyingine huko starehe na mavipuri kwa nini, alafu raha juu. Wewe ni kwa myself huko, onekana ulikuwa Mombasa huko, atuonekane wapi? Unapishana ndovu? Hapana.
Maybe afisa, tukiendelea kumalizia, Cyprine, sijui ulikuwa umemaliza?
Okay, I'm done. Hiyo nilikuwa namuuliza ni ya girl child.
Okay.
Because jana nimeona ameshare a certain post about the girl child. Alafu ikachukuliwa, unajua watu wa mtandao wako wazuri sana kwa kupost. So hiyo nini yake wameichukua somewhere wakaipost, watu wakaanza kujadili wakasema it's like boy child washasaulika. Yeah.
But actually, you know, I think people miss the point here.
Yeah.
When I say I'm a girl child advocate, I'm an advocate from police perspective. That one should be understood. You know, police
protection part.
Yes. I'm not talking the things they have in mind. They have not asked me why I'm saying I'm a girl child advocate.
Yeah.
They need to understand my background. I'm a police officer.
Yes.
I'm talking from the point of protecting this person. The threats. The threats. How do we address the threats? Like defilement. So you want to tell me that what's making women, a high number of girls to be defiled, a high number of women raped, a high number of domestic cases reported, the violence against women. You know, if you compare the two according to the statistics, you realize that the women as in terms of violence, they are still vulnerable. I'm not talking about education. You know, it's about empowerment and education. That's what people think. It's not that. Kwani, if you talk of education empowerment, kwani wanawake ndio wanapelekwa shule peke yao kwanza, alafu wanaume wakae?
Wanaenda wote
wanapelekwa shule, then from there wanaambiwa tu wanaendelea pamoja, mahali wanawachana ni wenye. So mnasoma pamoja, nani amekuambia wewe wanaume mkae sasa? So you go to university together with men, with women, and men are there. Then huyu mwanamke anakuangalia tu, yeye anako pale with patience, wewe unakimbia kutaka raha zako. Sasa mwanamke anakuangalia tu, wewe una spend huko na 2000, msichana wako na 2000. Wewe ukiona msichana ati amebana pesa yake sana, alafu wakati mnawachana ati unataka kudai ile pesa, unaleta violence kwake. You see, that's what I'm saying. That you don't have to be violent, but I'm talking, let me make it clear, it's about the protection, about violence that is actually meted against what? Women is what I'm against. You don't. Lakini mambo ya masomo tunapeleka wote shule, and they are not favored because ile kitu wanasema the laws of this country talk of gender. Gender, it doesn't mean, it didn't say gender is about women. No. It brings the two. Boy child and girl child. That's gender. That's my understanding of gender. But so that if it is gender parity, hiyo tayari, if there is violation of the constitution, yani ilisema ibalance watu wote. Then mtu anasema amewachwa wapi? When the constitution is providing that all these gender iwe considered equal. Yeah. Lakini sasa mtu anasema hapa ati girl child. I'm talking girl child on the issues of gender-based violence, sexual gender-based violence. Yes, and sexual offenses.
Wow. So,
Yes.
So nice. We are almost calling it a day, but I have two maybe questions. One will take like 10 seconds for you. One, you've been in Kisii for some time now.
10 months.
10 months. But your name, even a kid now knows Francis Kooli. Today, you get your transfer. Which will be your happiest legacy that you know that this one I've left behind?
The answer is with the community. So not me.
But you know, it is a right.
No, for me, it is something in me. I have been doing it. So for me, the answer is the community to appraise whether he performed
Or you did it.
or I didn't.
But where I'm the community, you got it right.
So for me, I leave it to you. You have. I always want the community to have to talk on my behalf.
Yeah.
It is not me to talk because if you want them to, if you want the legacy, it's how you've changed the lives of people. It is not about being the county commander. So nakaka item hapo kunywa supu ya bagoti mzuri, like no. Give your title value.
The second question.
Yes.
There are so many youths out here.
Yes.
And most of the youths, I guess, they're the ones who are vulnerable now, I can say, to most of the sheria. Unapata hao ndio wanahusika katika Nyasore, Chang'aa. Maybe most of them, they are graduates. Now they are here out wameteseka hadi wameona hii mateso yetu, acha tuipeleke huku kwingine, katika kuiba, katika kufanya some awkward things here out. One word from you. Unajua umekula kidogo, ulianza kazi before nizaliwe. Advise us maybe a minute.
The answer is just on next door there. There are 3 youths in that room, graduates, who came together. 3 youths. They have not gone beyond 25 years. That room, 25 years. They have come with their company. I have a structural engineer there, architecture there. They are there, and landscaping engineers, they are there. 3 of them came and formed a company. And now I gave them work the other day. Wow. They are wonderful people. They are making money. Now I'm asking these youth, think, why don't you emulate those people? And you went to education, to further education. What was the meaning of furthering education?
We want a job from the government.
No, it isn't that way. It is now using that thing to come and be a solution to the community. Not white collar jobs. It's about that which is in you. Make use of it.
Transform the education now.
Yes, to action. Because you find that there is a DJ there. And he's making money. Akitafuta job mwingine unapata hiyo DJ kuna wines and spirit yake kwingine, naye anafanya job wapi? Pale. Unapata huyu jamaa DJ huyo mmoja alinipeleka, kuna project yake ya nguruwe, alinionyesha. You see that any DJ, lakini pale kuna project ya nini? Ya nguruwe. Anaendelea, and is raking, actually making money like ya chini alikuwa anapata 18,000. Under 6 months. Yes.
Hiyo kuna business nyingine mahali tena.
Ako ya is a DJ. Any DJ. A DJ. Sasa nguruwe analipwa, nguruwe moja ni 18,000 ya chini. It goes to 25. Nategemea na kgs. Ile ya chini ni 18,000. Niambia kama anauza 50.
Sitaki kuongea.
So I think from him.
And then number 2 is it is within 6 months ako na hiyo pesa. 6 months ako na hiyo pesa. Sasa huyo DJ yako tu, naona fikiria ni mwenzi yako, unamulia pombe, DJ kuja 2, DJ kuja 3, yako tu. Hiyo pesa anaweka kwa mfuko. Anaenda nunua, anaongeza nguruwe. Wewe hapa ni kuhangaika hapo, nataka government jobs, na alienda is a graduate. So what I'm saying is be innovative, be creative. Hapana look for those great minds, sit with them, share your ideas, tafuta namna ufanye biashara yako, pana kaa kuongoja kazi. They wanted to say something.
Okay. Maybe before we cross
Okay, nilikuwa nasema from our boss here, anasema let me call you our boss because mimi najua watu wanafikiria
is our boss.
Yeah, is our boss. Unajua watu wengi wanafikiria ya kwamba hata kulima ati mimi ni msomi, niko na PhD, sijui niko na degree siwezi lima. And job you can make something out of it. Let people wakucheke pale nje but kiakili wewe unajua what you are doing. Now you see the DJ ako pale, si tunaona ni kama ni mtu anapata hela kidogo, maybe hata anapata pesa kidogo sana, but at the end of the day zile venye amesema unapewa kunywa hii anaiweka kwa mfuko na invest somewhere. So guys, youths, it's time to wake up. Every little coin you get, just do something, hata kuuza mayai, yani ufanye anything. Na bad companies ndizo zinatupoteza. Umeniona mimi nimefaa hii nguo, unataka ufae kama mimi, ujui hii nguo nimepata wapi, unajua. So hizo ndizo vitu zimetumaliza we as youths. Na I think a lot of drinking, partying, juu kupati nikienda pale nienda kupati I use money and a lot of it.
Now sio unajua ni kunulia mtu kiatu. Unaona? Whenever you drink, unanulia mtu kiatu. Unavalisha mtu wenyewe nguo.
Exactly,
Yani that's what you are doing.
Yes.
Somebody is just, you are buying somebody a car. Unasikia sasa? The very time you go there and drink, you are buying somebody a car. Unapeleka mtu Dubai. Unaona hiyo? Unaona kaa tu. Ile pesa yako ndio inapeleka mtu
Dubai. I give up.
So now maybe because of time, Ong'uti naona una maswali mingi sana, lakini because of time.
It's good, yes.
Yeah, maybe we can conclude. And first of all, I'm so grateful for giving us your time, because ungeangalia useme hawa ni watu wa 30 something years wananiita hapa na mimi siwezi enda. Yes.
Maybe this one before we close it. Our boss, in I don't want maybe to say 10 seconds, there are so many people who have reached to your inbox. Maybe you haven't reacted, but I know personally I never knew that you went through my message. But I'm happy that when we met, you said that there is thousands of people who've reached to your inbox.
They ask even for money,
but you haven't responded to them.
Yes.
Pale neno moja waambie kuwa ama umeona, kama unaona ama uonangi. Hiyo ndio inawasumbua sana.
Well guys, I read your texts, and if you go scroll and you'll find that I've read your text. When I read your text, I prioritize. I see which one to attend to, and time will come, I will reach your message. I take note of all that. Don't worry. Just keep on bringing the messages.
So vile mmesikia, our humbled Kisii County Commander goes through everybody's message. Once you reach out kwa inbox yake, definitely he'll get back, or maybe if he hasn't gotten back to you, atakuja. Amesema you just kaa pale ungoje kidogo, kwa muda kidogo atakujibu. So maybe I could thank you for creating this time with us. We really grateful, and I know through this session umefunza watu wengi sana kitu huko nje, na at least you've talked, umeongea na sisi watatu, but in the real sense you've talked to the whole community. So we really grateful, and may God bless you for whatever you do, because you've brought a positive change to Kisii County. So tunakuombea mema.
Maybe something I want to be clear why I came for these interviews. Something you didn't know. And it's funny, and maybe to me it's a serious thing. I know you are YouTubers, eh? Yeah. Mine is just to boast your a way of saying thank you, at least to boast your YouTube.
Thank you.
I know why I've come.
Thank you.
But actually,
so
to add that there's something that we need to support our youth in what they do, and we are not taking it lightly, because these are Kenyans with the brains. You support them. You are doing well. You are doing well. I'm just saying you are doing well.
Thank you.
It's not like not a dog. They are not my standards. So who took you to where you are? Thank you.
A vote of Thank you.
Maybe first of all, I'd like to thank our Almighty God
Yes.
who has brought us this far. Actually, you could have shouted out the name of the mother. I liked your mother.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe, is she alive?
No.
Oh, may her soul rest in
She's,
peace.
I normally say she's a friend of mine.
So much.
With a
that
good soul.
Where she is, she's smiling that.
No, she knows. I think she knows.
Thank you so much. Then, thank you so much, as my sister Esther said. Thank you so much again to Mwalimu International Hotel. Whenever we come here, they just see that today there is something new we are going to learn. And I guess that they have learned that. The support you said, they have really given us the support.
Wow.
Giving us the platform
Yes, sir.
to host all this. It is a big shout out to them. And again, I know it is a start. We shall be meeting now and then. Tunajua ni kwanza tu, tutakuwa tunaongea mengi. From us, sir, so much humble.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Something to say.
Okay guys, with me what I can say, mi siku zote nasema with God everything is possible. I know there are some people wenye watatuona hivi ama wenye wataniona kwa hii clip watauliza, sipi umepatana na count koma. Unajua kuna vile watu wanaogopa, si chocha. So all I can say, thank you so much. Sio watu wote wanakubali wito. Do we have even our musicians, hata tukiwapigia simu we need an interview, they don't. But with your respect, you respect us and we respected you. Ama we respect you. Thank you so much. May you live long.
Asante.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you so much.
appreciate.